So actually, assembly is part of your process.
Assembly, collage of different types of my work. And recently I've been assembling, combining painting, drawing pieces of different sculptural heights, so even pushing that. But some of the pieces actually people think are paintings, and yet they may be totally drawn or partly drawn. And I think that there are people who love the freedom of painting. And for me, there's a tightness in the work, which all of my teachers tried to pull out of me and didn't succeed. And finally, I just said, this is what I am. And so I kind of proudly incorporate the tightness and talk about the love of detail.
So this is one of your three-dimensional pieces.
Yeah. I began a series of, I call them the ladies, in 2000. And what happened was that the paper mache, this is paper mache, it's about 30 layers, wasn't structural enough to hold, and it's very, very damp where I am, and I work on them in the winter, and then in the summer eventually they would start to move and cave, and because I was painting them, it would make cracks, and I would spend months painting them. And I tried every single sculpture. I went to the sculpture stores, I got advice, I tried 10 different things, and nothing worked. And I just got this idea, I made 14 of them, I just got this idea, if I got 3/4 inch plywood, because recently I've been working a lot with wood, and cut it in the shape of the piece I'd already made, it would hang from the wood, and so there would be no need for the paper mache to be carrying all the weight. And I think this is going to work. I'm only doing it on 2 of them. And the head had come forward, and so I broke the neck to put her back like that to go on the wood. And I needed to rest it. And then I thought, I love the way this looks. It's like, the tension in the neck. So I'm actually thinking of breaking into some of the middles and hollowing them out and having you actually see inside them. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. What I'm doing here, this was already made. And so what I'm doing now is I'm taking paper mache and I am connecting them to the wood base. And there are all different ways of doing it. You can dip it, but then I ended up getting so dirty that my hands get encrusted. So I've started actually painting them, going like this. And there's something to me that's so healing. I feel when I'm putting something together or gluing something that I'm healing the whole world. There was this, I read in a book that there was this theory called Tikkun Olam, I think it is, that's Hebrew or Yiddish or something, and it means to heal the world. And the concept is that when you do something where you feel completely centered, that it radiates out and affects the whole world. And who knows why, but I think there's something about paper mache for me that when I have glue, all of a sudden everything in the world is right. And so I'm healing this sculpture, and I think that this time it's really going to work, which to me is very, very exciting. Another factor, I think, besides the fact that I'm putting together things that were not together before, is that I'm using things that would be discarded. This is wood that had been used on my porch. All of this is made from paper and glue. And there's something about using the unused, healing the broken, putting things together that I find very satisfying, along with making the art. But there's something about the makingness that is very healing for me.